On this hunt, I am setting out in a land many describe as paradise, the Hawaiian Islands. There's a rich culture of hunting here that many tourists don't get the opportunity to see. Beyond the beaches and sand are mountains and forests that hold an abundance of feral animals. Surrounded by ocean, there is no lack of things to do.
I've spotted a pig right up here. I'm gonna try to slip in with the recurve. I'm back. Come up here, boy. Welcome to Morador. I bet you want to see him, don't you? Boom. Look at that guy.
I'll tell you this right now. If I lose another big buck like that to these damn cameras.
Patience is definitely a virtue that I have. Or laziness.
This thing's a tank. It's a bad day right there.
I must have put the wrong things on the wrong ones. Okay. Surrounded by ocean, there is no lack of things to do. Hawaii offers an array of spearfishing, snorkeling, and outdoor activities. Before the hunt, I take in some of the other activities with my family and friends. The bounty of wild food here is amazing, from fresh fish to wild pork. For the outdoorsman, this place is like an exotic supermarket, with choices you don't get at home. Eating good here is not hard to do.
Don't forget you gotta push your thing back as far as you can to load it. And then just be careful where you're pointing it when you let go, okay?
Originally released on the islands as a food source, Hawaii holds some of the best eating game on the planet, including wild pigs and axis, as well as wild goats, whose destruction on native flora needs to be maintained by hunters to prevent the loss of fragile native habitats. Removed from the beach scene, I venture out early in the mornings to hunt for the day. With a few days to head out on my own, I plan to film, hunt, and bring home some meat.
This morning as the sun comes up, the winds and thermals are just kind of swirling. So my plan is just work up these fingers and keep moving sides as the wind shifts, hoping to try to get lucky and get into a position to spot some deer where the wind might be consistent. But the hardest part in swirling winds is trying to figure out which way to travel. So I'm trying to pick what I feel like is the predominant direction, walk into it, and as it changes, I kind of almost start changing course, changing direction. I don't ever want to get in my mind exactly where I'm going to go, and then just, I've seen it happen so many times where you get in your mind, oh, I want to go here, and then you get way over there and the wind's wrong, but you still go anyways, because you don't want to waste all that time. So, I'm more flexible, and I just kind of pick the general area I want to hunt, and then follow the wind, or walk into it. Some deer right up here. Sneak it.
I want to use this broken, open terrain to my advantage. Axis are weary by nature. As a herd animal, there are numerous eyes constantly on the lookout. Being early in the season, many of the bucks are still in bachelor herds. These velvet-clad deer tend to stick to the higher open areas to protect their soft antlers from damage and to keep cool at the higher elevations. Although easier to spot in the open, it makes getting into range problematic. One wrong sound, one wrong move or shift of the wind, and these deer are out of here. Often moving quick enough to escape an arrow that's already on its way from a bow. Their speed and acuteness is no joke.
That deer was quick, man. He ducked down just low enough to let that arrow go right over his back. It looked good too, but just a little bit high. When he jumped that string, he just right over him, hit the ground behind him, and he just took off with his buddies. That was a giant buck, though. That was awesome. Keep after it. Who knows, maybe I'll see another buck somewhere, or even maybe get on a goat or a pig or something.
As the day heats up, I keep moving, glassing the shade ridges and depressions for the tips of antlers. Hunting through the heat of the day, I'm looking for deer that are settled and bedded. This is a tactic that I've used on high country early season mule deer with similar open terrain. I use the same tactics, hoping to find a deer that puts itself in a stalkable position. After a few ridges, I catch a good buck bedded in the open. At this point, the buck is unstockable. He has the advantage, a good view and no possible approach. So I choose to be patient and wait him out. The second he drops over the ridge, I'll be ready to make a move. After an hour of waiting, the buck gets up. Bow hunting is all about making the right move. When he drops over the rise, I'll take advantage of the situation and sneak in. Lugging a big lens around in loud terrain is about the easiest way to spook a deer and send him running for the hills. At 55 yards, I set up the camera, low to the ground, and hit record. I know I'll have a better shot from my right, so I leave the camera recording and stalk back up over to the side where I'm looking for a clear shot.
Crazy. He gave me a perfect quartering away shot. He's like 43 yards. It was just perfect. He just jumped into the thick stuff and didn't move. Wow. That is awesome. Dang, I cannot believe that worked out. That's awesome. I don't know what to do now. Maybe hit the beach?
With the buck down, I pick my way around the canyon through the loose lava rock to where I last saw him disappear. When you walk up to any animal, there's a sense of anticipation. I can hardly believe that I was able to get on this deer and get footage without spooking him. There's nothing easy about filming your own hunt, especially in this loud country and open terrain with a bow in your hand. See him right there. He's maybe 3 feet, a yard from where I shot him from. There was a really thick bush. He just jumped into the bush, got tangled up, and expired right there in a matter of minutes. So, perfect shot. That's sweet. Oh wow, that's a really big deer. Holy cow, that is awesome. Holy smokes. Whoa, that's a giant. Just set my bow down, pull him out. Okay. Dang. Slick. The size of axis deer on the ground always surprises me. There's a good amount of amazing meat that I will get the privilege to bring back. As a hunter, you not only have to shoot the animal, but process it and carry it back to camp. I like the labor of knowing where my food comes from. A dirty knife and a heavy pack is the end result bow hunters strive for. Alright, now for the fun part. I'm gonna drink the rest of my tropical fusion and head on up the mountain and then down the other side. Nice walking stick. A little added stability on the old lava rocks. I know from experience that they definitely slip out from underneath you sometimes. Okay. All right, away she goes. Whew. Feels good. Feels great. I'd like to try to maybe get a big billy or a pig. I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I'm here. Make myself a luau. This evening seems to be pretty quiet as far as the animals moving around. This looks like a really good pick, but probably a good spot for pigs. There's a lot of wild passion fruit trees and fruit trees. I would imagine that pigs eat that up. But I think this storm just kind of has everything hunkered down. Serious lightning going on. That lightning rain cloud's getting pretty close. And it's getting pretty dark, a little too dark to hunt. So I'm gonna head back down. The spot looks pretty good, so maybe try heading back here in the morning. I think this storm's got the animals hunkered down right now. With a fair amount of wild goats running around, I decide to see if I can find one to chase. While barn animal looking to some, these goats are purely wild and do a lot of damage to the landscape. With no natural predators, it's up to hunters to protect the native grasses and keep the goat populations in check. Lucky for me, I also enjoy slow roasted goat meat.
The weather is just constantly changing. 1 minute it's cloudy, foggy, the next it's raining, the next it's hot and sunny. It's kind of cool. The fog would be nice if you could see through it. I'm just gonna keep making my way to the top, get into some of these lava flows over here, see if I can't maybe find some goats. I'd like to find a pig, but I've only seen just little babies so far. No big pigs yet.
Although there are a lot of goats around, the weather is not helping me any. The fog is making it difficult to spot, so I'm going to keep moving and glassing, listening for them in the lava flows, hoping this weather will clear enough for a stop.
The fog lifted pretty good and I just spotted a group of billies right off this point toward the ocean there. So what I'm going to do, they're moving this way. I'm thinking I can drop down and then work that direction. Maybe catch them, intercept them if they keep coming this way. And if not, then I'll go look over on the other side, because what I saw running through the fog was a pretty good sized group. I don't know if these are the same ones or not, but it sounds like a good plan to me. They disappeared pretty quick though behind the ridge.
With so many eyes in the open, every move has to be calculated. Spook one goat and you start a chain reaction of animals running out of the area. I close the distance and set up on a group moving out in front of me. This may be my only opportunity.
I've got a bunch of goats below me, and somehow in these lava fields, I'm just gonna slowly creep down. The wind's good, it's in my face. As long as they're below me or in front of me, I should be okay. Instead of going around, I'm going to keep this big tree between me and the goats. Try to close the distance this way, because it looks like they're coming this direction.
Just as I think it might not happen, I hear some goats below me. Still unseen, I'm going to move into position, hoping that they'll move out within range.
Crazy how fast the weather just changed. He's soaking. I've already washed the arrow off. I'm shooting downhill on him. He's slightly quartered away, so I kind of put it a little high and a little further back, hoping it would just drop in and angle forward. It looked good. And when I saw him get to the top of the hill, he got pretty wobbly, so I'm sure he's over there somewhere. Spanish goat. It's just like right after I shot, all of a sudden just started dumping rain. It's almost dark. This is, I really wanted to get a goat, and I actually didn't think I was going to. It came down to the last evening.
and this guy presented a shot. I'm gonna make haste, get it cut up, pack out the meat, and head back to camp. It's just an awesome end to really an unbelievable hunt in a place that I've always wanted to hunt, so this is just a really cool opportunity. Sweet. Some see Hawaii as a tropical vacation paradise. I see it as a paradise for those that want to provide for themselves. Between the sea below and the mountains above, you instill a sense of self-reliance, a feeling that the island provides. You look around here and see bounty, fruited trees, fish-filled oceans, and awesome meat from animals that now run wild across the landscape. While many return from here with shells or trinkets from a gift shop, it's satisfying knowing that I'm returning home with meat I'll enjoy for the year to come, and remember the time I spent here on the island.
You don't want to waste all that time, so I'm more flexible. Oh, hey, a stick.